Hello everybody and welcome to today's video. And in today's video I'll be discussing not only how if Joe Biden were to run again in 2024 he would almost certainly win, and how if Donald Trump were to run again he would almost certainly lose, but also how or essentially my prediction for 2024 should these two run, because that's basically the best way for me to make this video. Also, sorry about the condensed screen, guys. My other screen recorder, the new one that I use, since this one has a condensed screen thing right now, I don't know what's going up, what's wrong with it. But the new one that I started using has decided that it doesn't want to work for me tonight, so I'm not going to be able to use that tonight. And I want to try to get this video out to you guys soon, so I am just going to use this and hope that the other one gets better by tomorrow. So I'm going to label all the safe states first for Joe Biden: Washington, Oregon, California, Colorado. I'll talk about that in a minute. Hawaii, D.C., Maryland, Delaware, New Jersey, Connecticut, Rhode Island, Massachusetts, Vermont, New York, Maine's first, and Illinois. And I just did realize that I got the 2020 map, so I will go fix this map. Just give me a second, guys. I'll actually talk about Colorado while I'm doing this. So if we go, I don't have a map up at the moment. If you were to go look at it, Joe Biden won the state of Colorado by 13%, which is a smaller margin than what he won it by, or which is a larger margin than what Hillary Clinton won it by. And I think it'll probably shift at 2%, so that it will be a safe state. Nope, not 45. Texas does not have 45. I think it will shift that 2 percentage points to the left, especially considering that Joe Biden will be the incumbent and a probably popular incumbent at that. Okay, there are 3 electoral votes missing. What states? Oh, okay, I need to get rid of vote from Minnesota. Get rid of the vote from Alabama. I think that's it. No, not give Alabama 10. Give it 8. If I'm doing my math correctly, which it appears that I'm not. Oh, Rhode Island. Right now it's 538. Okay. Anyways, so Colorado. Oh, nope, wrong thing. Anyway, so like I said, Colorado probably will become a safe state, and Maine's first. Okay, we're at 190. That's where it's supposed to be at. Now for all the safe Republican states. I'm going to leave a few out that typically would probably be safe, and I'll explain why in a minute, or actually explain why when I label them. Now for the likely Democratic states. I think New Mexico is probably likely blue. Minnesota, New Hampshire, Maine second, or Nebraska second. I should have labeled those. Maine at large, and Virginia. Now if we go take a look at New Mexico for starters, it was a 10.8, I believe 10.8, something like that, percent margin of victory for 10.8 margin of victory for Joe Biden. So a strong victory in the state of New Mexico. It's been shifting to the left for the most part. I believe Hillary Clinton, what did she win it by? I am not quite sure how much it shifted by, although I am interested in finding out. Yeah, okay, it shifted by 2.6, so not a tremendously large shift. I don't think it'll shift 5%. I think it'll probably stay likely. If we go take a look at Minnesota, Joe Biden won it by, I believe, 7.1. Yeah, 7.1%. So a fairly large margin of victory in the state of Minnesota, considering that Hillary Clinton only won it by 1.5%. I think that it'll shift a little bit to the left and probably be about an 8% margin of victory, considering that he is the incumbent. But that's probably the best it'll be. Best case scenario for him is an 11% margin of victory, although I do not see that happening. In the state of Virginia, it voted for him at 10.1%. It'll probably shift a little bit and be like a 12% margin of victory, but I don't see it being a safe state. New Hampshire voted for him by 7.2%. Same thing with Minnesota. It'll probably shift a little bit, but ultimately stay the same. And the Maine at large voted for Joe Biden by 9.9%. I think it'll shift a little bit and be like an 11% margin of victory. But I feel like a lot of people don't really talk about how Maine was competitive at large. It was, like I said, 9.9%, which is closer than, I think, Iowa back in 2016, closer than Virginia. It's weird. Actually, no. Yeah, that was Maine at large. I don't know. I feel like we never really talk about it as a swing state because Michigan never really does vote red because like it feels like it's like the type of state that's like Nevada where it'll stay where it is, where it's like I guess competitive enough to be a swing state, but its voters aren't really changing much. Like they seem to be voting similarly, except for in the second district. But I don't know on what happened there. It was probably more competitive. Well, actually, probably less competitive in the early 2000s. But anyways, I don't know why I'm going on this long rant about Maine. But yeah. Anyways, for the likely states, Alaska, Minnesota, Kansas, Missouri, Iowa, Indiana, Ohio, and South Carolina. Now, if we go take a look at all these, let's take a look at Alaska first. Trump only won it by 10%. It's shifting to the left, and it's shifting pretty quickly. I think it'll probably be a 7% margin of victory for Trump, especially if Lisa Murkowski decides to register as a Democrat. I feel like that'll give a lot of these Republican voters who would typically never vote for Democrats, they vote for Murkowski as a Democrat, and then essentially, I guess, are more open to Democratic ideas. I don't know. I feel like it'll probably help them, though. So Alaska, probably going to be likely. Not going to flip, though. Next state, Montana. Trump only won it by about 16%, 16.4%. Considering that Joe Biden will probably be the incumbent and it is growing very slowly, it is gaining an electoral vote. I think that, I'm not sure, I don't want to say it's growing, but you know what I mean. It does have a very small population, but it's grown since 2010, but I think that Joe Biden will shift it a few points to the left. I don't think it will really be competitive, but it'll just be a few points to the left. Trump only won Kansas by about 14%. I think it'll probably be about a 11% margin of victory in Kansas. So shifting to the left, although it probably won't be a Democratic or a swing state for another 10, 15, 20 years. If we go look at Missouri, Trump only won it by 16.4%, or 15.4%, my bad. Probably shift like at least a percent to the left, so it'll probably be likely. In Indiana, Trump only won it by 16%, same thing. And in South Carolina, it's been shifting to the left. Expected to be a swing state sooner or later, probably around 2028. It was like, I believe, 11.7% margin of victory for Donald Trump. It'll probably be something more like 9% margin of victory in 2024. Now, for the lean Democratic states, Nevada, Arizona, Michigan, and Georgia. Now, if we go take a look at all these, Nevada, voted with Joe Biden by the same that's the 2020 Senate, my bad. It voted with Joe Biden by the same margin as Hillary Clinton. It shifted a tiny bit to the right, but not a lot. Sorry, mine is like really slow right now. But he voted with him by 2.4%. I think probably do the same. Okay, my 2020 map just shut down. Okay, I guess that will be the last time we will be looking at that in this video, so apologies. That's actually the map I'm using. The other thing, I didn't have a lot of time tonight, and I didn't have enough time to research what little more I needed to in Pennsylvania, because I like to be able to know a little bit more, so that's why I did not do another video on that series. Okay, well, Joe Biden won Nevada by 2.4%. I think that Nevada will probably be about the same, probably more like 3%, but something similar. Arizona, we've seen Democrats win here actually by 2.4% twice. Probably shift a little bit to the left, probably be like a 2-3% margin of victory for Joe Biden. Probably be a lean state. In the state of Georgia, Joe Biden won here barely. But then John Ossoff and Raphael Warnock, I made a video about how they won, and Joe Biden, won it by larger margins. I think that, with, increased turnout, it'll almost certainly be a Democratic state. Probably 1.5% margin of victory. Not safe by any means. It's still very competitive. But, I think it will probably be a lean blue state. And in the state of Michigan, Joe Biden won here by about 2.8%, so about 3%. It'll probably shift to the right a little bit. Well, actually, if he's the incumbent and he remains popular, it'll probably shift a little bit to the left, especially if he creates more working-class jobs. It'll probably be about 3.5% margin of victory. Should not be Joe Biden. It'll probably shift a little bit to the right. So, yeah. Now for all the lean Republican states, I'm going to put Texas, Florida, and Maine's 2nd Congressional District. Now, Donald Trump won Texas by just outside of a lean margin by 5.6. it was something like that. I'm gonna go actually see because I think it was 5.6. It was about 5.6. 5.5. Okay. So I think that it's definitely shifting to the left. There's no denying that. It'll probably be a 3-ish% margin of victory between 2 and 4. So probably I'm just gonna say 3% margin of victory for Donald Trump. In the state of Florida, Donald Trump won here by 3.3%, a much larger victory than he did back in 2016. I think he'll probably win here by about 1.5%. I think it'll shift back to the left. I think that unless the Trump campaign has a lot of strong messaging again claiming Biden was a socialist, I don't think much will happen during his presidency. That could be, or I don't think really much progressive legislation will happen. And if any progressive legislation does happen, I think it'll be persuaded to him, and he will. I think it'll take a lot of persuading, so it'll almost certainly be nothing that will harm too many Americans, or any Americans at all. I think that Florida, that messaging won't necessarily work again. I do think he'll probably still win again. Honestly, I'm going to say tilt red just because Joe Biden did do very well among the white vote in Florida, and he won Pinellas County, Duval County, Seminole County, Miami-Dade County. I think he'll probably do better, but it'll still probably be 15%, as opposed to 30%. So it could honestly, it's probably going to be at 0.9. It's going to be competitive. It'll be like 7%. I think that he'll probably win there again. It'll probably be about, probably more like 4%, considering that Joe Biden will probably do very well. It could easily be a likely state. There's only three states left, I believe. Yeah, 3 states for a lot of things right now. I don't know. Just doesn't seem to want to work. I think Wisconsin is tilt red. Trump will probably win here by very narrow margins. Actually, well, no, it's probably now I think about it, I'm actually going to say it's tilt blue. It'll probably be very competitive, but Joe Biden, and I would normally say it's tilt red, but I did just remember that Joe Biden did win here, and he's probably going to create quite a few working class jobs. I'll say it's a very narrow Biden victory. Honestly, now that I think about it, because I wasn't really thinking about it for a minute ago, it could honestly be lean. It'll probably be, if it is lean, I think it'll be very competitive. I just don't see Trump winning back enough voters to be able to win there. As you can see, there are the final 2 states. Joe Biden wins, even without Pennsylvania. But I'll go with Pennsylvania, because if I have something to take a look at, but the tab got closed. So yeah, that's not fun. But Joe Biden won there by 1.2%. I think it'll probably, honestly, it could easily be lean blue. I keep on forgetting that Joe Biden won in all these states against Donald Trump. So I think that it very easily could be a lean blue state. I'm sorry guys, once again my computer doesn't seem to want to work. It could very easily be a lean blue state, easily be 1.5%. I think it'll probably be very competitive. Probably the most important state of that election cycle. I think it'll probably be lean blue. Okay, that was weird. Okay, like I said, is going incredibly slowly. I do apologize for that. And the final state is in North Carolina. Trump will probably win here by a tilt margin, if not, maybe a lean margin. I don't see it really voting blue, and if it does, it's going to very narrowly vote blue. The thing is, Donald Trump still won here by 1.2%. Before winning by almost 4%. And I made a video about this yesterday. The Democratic Party, and when it comes to North Carolina, they're just atrocious. It's awful. They can't seem to win. They can't win any of the white vote. They can't win enough of it to be able to do anything there. I don't see them really, maybe Joe Biden doing it if he were to campaign there, but I don't necessarily know that he will. Campaign in North Carolina. He didn't in 2020. If he does run in 2024, he'll probably spend a lot of his campaigning on the Rust Belt again. I don't really see him winning North Carolina unless he campaigns there and tries to do well with the rural white vote, which I don't really think that he'll be able to do. I think that Trump will still probably carry the state And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Actually, this is the same result as 2020. Sorry guys, I just realized that this is the same result as 2020. But this is what I think will happen. So I guess, yeah. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please like and subscribe. Stay tuned for my next video, whenever that may be. Sorry about the condensed map, and I will see you all there. Bye!